Welcome back to This Week in Agribusiness. Max, next you're taking us on to another installment of the Plan Smart, Grow Smart series.
Yeah, when we work with the folks at Basf, Mike, we get to see some interesting producers. We learn a lot from them, to be sure, but we often find their enthusiasm for the business of farming is contagious. That's the case with Will Cox, who farms in North Carolina near the community of Ramseur. One article I read about you, Will, talked about how you really strive to boost those yields. Let's talk a bit about that philosophy and how you go about it.
Yes, I started raising contest soybeans 3 years ago. The county average is very low, and wanted to see, how high we could push them, how high I could get beans. The yields are about plant stress. I mean, a fungicide's keeping that plant healthier longer, less stress through reproductive stages. Some
growers are afraid to be out there on that leading, bleeding edge, but I gather that's not the case for you.
No, I enjoy it. I enjoy pushing myself, and you just can't be afraid to try new things. That's the biggest thing. So this year we tried some Veltima on some corn. So liked what we saw on it. A lot of plant health, ear size difference was amazing. We knew where we applied it at, and we walked out there and definitely saw some difference throughout the year.
How do you think your fungicide approach will work out? Do you see yourself using it as a preventative or a curative?
More of a preventative. On a drier year, a stressed year, I think we see more return on investment than we do on a really productive year. If we're shooting at lower yields that year and we apply fungicide, I think we get a better return on investment than a year where they're already going to be great, but it's still worth it on a fungicide. We're 100% on all the beans, and the corn I think we're going to lean more to keep applying more and more acreage, and eventually maybe to get to 100% of the corn putting a fungicide on.
You've become a believer, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we figured out, if you keep the plant healthier, you're going to have more yield. You're going to feel more pods on beans, bigger bean size. Corn, you're going to feel more kernels. You're not going to board as many kernels just because the plant's healthier, it's cooling down better. And that's kind of what's made us a believer.
You have a real passion for this business. I mean, it's easy to sense when somebody talks to you. Share your thoughts on that and the future of agriculture and the role that you play in this important industry.
I do. I have a heart for it. It's what I eat and breathe, sleep. I love farming. But I mean, we've got to have farmers to keep the world turning and keep everybody fed and different, everything. A lot goes back to agriculture. My goals are in the next few years is to grow in acreage size and just keep raising our average yield per acre. The one way to grow is to raise our yields so we can make more money, have more money to continue to grow. But I'd like to grow in acreage in the next few years and throughout my lifetime, hopefully.
You heard Will say, I eat, sleep, and breathe the business. That's not a throwaway phrase for him. That young man means it. You can see more of our series at plansmartgrowsmart.com.